All right, on today's show, we're going to explore some big YouTube updates, including an AI feature that claims to turn raw footage into a nearly ready to publish video, theoretically. Also, a mobile only feature that's coming to desktop. And if you're running ads on YouTube, a better way to see how your organic strategy is working versus your paid strategy. That and a whole lot more that we've got to update you on today. My name is Jerry Potter, host of the Social Media Marketing Talk Show, a social media examiner production where we break down all the latest social media news and what it means for marketers like you. Today, I'm joined by Liron Segev. Liron is a YouTube strategist that helps businesses turn YouTube channels into lead machines. Liron, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Super excited. Every time we can geek out about YouTube, I'm in.
Absolutely. All right. So first big thing is a new AI edit feature. So this is in the YouTube Create app. This is YouTube's answer to CapCut and all of these different mobile video editing apps that have been rolling out over the last couple of years, where it says it'll turn raw footage into, quote, a coherent first draft edit using AI. Now, I'm all for anything that cuts down production time, especially for busy business owners. This is available in the Shorts camera in the regular YouTube app or in the YouTube Create app. So thoughts on this, how well you think it's going to work? How does this fit into a marketer's plans?
I love this to bits. I saw it when we were in New York, when the Made on YouTube event, when they announced it, and this was absolutely one of my favorite new features out of the 32 odd features that they launched all at once. Like, go YouTube team. So the reason I love it so much is because, like you said, anything that helps us create content and get it out there faster, I'm all for it. Love CapCut. I think CapCut's great, and not loving their privacy terms of service anymore. But what they do really, really well is make it simple for you to take a whole bunch of clips on your phone and in a couple of minutes have a nicely edited video that you can just post. That's brilliant. I am really hoping this is the answer we've been waiting for. And from a business point of view and a busy marketer's point of view and a busy executive point of view, you're all at an event, you've taken it, you can take a couple of quick video clips with your phone, and you no longer have to then wait, like a week for your editor to get it done and send it to a team and do all that. You can literally go outside over a cup of coffee, select your clips, let it all splice it all together, put some little editing things within the app itself, and in minutes, you're going to get a beautiful clip that's ready to post. I think this is a huge winner.
So when you saw this at Made on YouTube, did they demo it? And if so, is it the kind of thing where it's just whatever random clips, or is it mostly like B-roll where talking doesn't matter, or what?
You select it from your camera roll, essentially. Right. And the nice thing is it's intelligent enough. And this is what I really like about this. And the demo that they showed was somebody doing a recipe and it was making chocolate cake, I think it was. And what they did was with their phone, they filmed a bunch of clips on the ingredients and putting it all together and how it all comes out in a final product. They then selected all the clips, not necessarily that were filmed in a specific order, but it actually managed to automagically, I think that's a technical term, automagically figure out that this is a recipe, automatically figure out that this is step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and really put in a nice timeline that you can just play with and then just drag things and move things and add some effects to it, and it just instantly gets done. So I like the idea of me coming out of an event. I've just given a talk. I want to give my 3 cents worth, and I've interviewed someone about what they thought. And now I've got these clips on my phone. Instead of it just sitting on my phone, open up the app, select them, splices it together, go, oh, this is actually damn good.
Yeah. Okay. Now that you've said that the AI can figure out like the order of the steps, that changes everything, because GoPro has had an app for years where it's like, we'll take a bunch of your clips and throw them to music. And it's like, okay, that's all right. But yeah, this is definitely on another level. So, all right. Another announcement with this, another AI announcement is super resolution, as they call it, is rolling out. So they now are using AI to what they call upscaling your videos, originally uploaded at a lower resolution, as low as 240p. So a lot of us now have 4K TVs, or mostly on YouTube is 1080p. And now they're saying, even if it was 240p, which I don't even know what that is. Was that the first camera video phone? You're the techie guy. I mean, this is incredible.
Do you remember the first post flip phone, or one of the old Nokias that you slid out and had a little keyboard even. It's one of those. I'm not sure how super sexy that is for a 240p, although I'm not sure that many of those clips are still around, but from nostalgia point of view, they are definitely there. I like this feature because, as you know, more people watch YouTube on TV than people watch Netflix. So we're definitely going after that TV audience, and we want to make the TV experience the best experience that can be. So being able to take my clip that's shot maybe in 1080p in HD and being able to upscale that to 4K, which makes it brighter, sexier, and more clear, and people can see it and engage with the content better. Those tools, I'm for it. The one thing I didn't see was whether it allowed you to opt in or opt out for that. I don't know. Did you see anything about the opportunity for the creator to make a selection?
They're opting. Everybody's opted in by default. This is one of those ones where they're, and I think, I don't know, if I was in charge of YouTube, I would go, this is for the greater good for videos to look better. But if you do want your videos to stay the way they were, or you don't like the way the upscaling works, because I got to think certain types of video, like you mentioned, if it was 240 pixels originally, may not upscale very well. You can opt out of it. So
okay, so as long as you can opt out of it, I like options, right? So I may want to have all my stuff upscaled, but I have maybe a clip within I'm doing a montage of like my YouTube channel history. I don't want those clips upscaled. I want them to look with all those crappy resolutions, so it keeps the nostalgia factor of it. So well done for giving us options. Options are good.
All right, lots more updates. By the way, though, if you're wasting time with generic marketing advice, Social Media Marketing World delivers proven strategies that you can put to work even before you leave the conference. Beth Harner was one of our attendees. She said, great lineup of speakers. Content was great, relevant, and useful. I walked away with many things that I could start doing right away. And then Jules McGuire was also there. She said, every single session I've attended, I've been able to take away probably 3 things minimum that I'm going to be able to immediately implement. So if you've never been, this is how we design this conference. Every session is designed for immediate implementation, including AI workflows that streamline your content creation, Instagram tactics that boost engagement fast, LinkedIn strategies that generate qualified leads, video creation shortcuts that can save you hours every week. Plus, if you get an all-access ticket, it includes an extra day of workshops where we go even deeper into implementation. Grab your ticket. Check out the speaker lineup now. Go to socialmediamarketing.world. Again, socialmediamarketing.world. All right, YouTube has announced a huge partnership now with Adobe so that you can use Adobe's new Premiere mobile app, which is free, to what they're saying is use pro-grade tools, including AI sound effects, transitions, templates, and Firefly-powered asset generation. So that's Adobe's generative AI tool to generate video clips and images. And it's literally designed to where you can literally publish right to YouTube from that. So as we were talking about removing friction. So what have you seen about this, Liron, and what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think that people who use the Premiere Suite or the Adobe Suite we do that so that the end result will be a clip that we can take and upload, right? So if that's going to take away another barrier and it's going to make it easier, especially for those who are not your traditional editors, whose editing is not their strength, great. Any tool that helps us create and then upload, I am all for it. The nice thing is that if you're a seasoned editor, you may use bits of it and maybe not do the final upload. Maybe you got to send it to your team to get approval. But if you're a solo creator, the last thing you want is additional steps. If we can get into that habit of, I've got my clips, I've edited them, I've used all these AI tools, they're now looking great, I can push a button and now it does the upload, great. Now I can just focus on my title, my descriptions, adding all that other good stuff that we all know has to go with every piece of video. Tools are awesome because tools help. Doesn't mean it's one thing that absolutely everybody will use. No, that's not what they're going for. They're trying to just make it easier so that more people can get their content online and hopefully share their messages with the world. You know that when we speak to businesses, one of their biggest struggle is, okay, I've got these clips, now what? So if this can help, and maybe they've got a junior editor who's just doing some Instagram reels, and now they can take this and augment that power and stick it onto YouTube, fantastic. I'm
A
all
little
for
bit
it.
of a theme, a little bit of a theme today. Yeah. And I'm
Absolutely.
curious with this deal, like, is YouTube paying Adobe or did Adobe pay
Yeah.
YouTube, or like what did it look like? But just to give you an idea of how integrated this is, in the YouTube app, you're going to see an edit an Adobe Premiere icon on Shorts. So it's a full integration, which makes me think that Adobe's playing YouTube, but we'll see as time goes on.
But
All
Jerry,
right.
on that, I'm interested to
Yeah.
know if Adobe has got their mobile app, which is I saw it at VidSummit like you did, that allows you to create your content and edit it on your phone. And now we have YouTube's own creator apps. Like I'm kind of wondering what's the deal here? Like which one are we going to land up using more? Probably the one that we like more, I would assume.
Yeah, well, the best app is the one you know how to use. Personally, and this just might be me aging, but I don't ever want to edit a video on my phone. So unless it's going to be I don't know, my thumbs are too big or something. Unless it's going to be the Create AI edit app we talked about earlier, where it does most of it. I'm going to be sticking with computers for as long as I can. So
same.
yeah. All right. This is an interesting test. If you manage a channel that gets a lot of comments or have a channel, or if you get a lot of comments right away, YouTube is testing AI comment summaries so you can quickly gauge viewer sentiment on videos. So basically, if you get a bunch of comments in your first hour, rather than having to read through them, it'll sort of give you a summary about all of it. So thoughts on this, Liron?
Okay, this one's weird for me, man. This is one I tell you why, because we know that we watch a lot of videos and we don't leave a comment with every single video that we watch, right? We're just naturally just consuming the product, consuming the content. We may thumbs up something that we like because we want to see more of it, but I don't leave a specific comment, positive or negative. I don't leave comments on every single video that I watch. The reason I'm a bit kind of iffy about this one is because a lot of the communities are broken up into very polarized views. Either there's lots of haters or there's lots of supporters. I'm really worried that when somebody comes to your video, they look at the comments and right now they kind of scroll through and they make up their own mind and they go, they're a bunch of idiots. Like, this is a good movie. Like, this is a good video. Forget the comments. Or now that they'll see a summary and the sentiment is like, well, most of the people said this was rubbish. Oh, is that going to turn people off without giving it the benefit of the doubt yet? I don't know. I know that YouTube went through that whole like and dislike, when they hit the dislike button, and the community was in uproar about that as well, because the dislike button was how a lot of people figured out whether that video was good or bad. To YouTube's kind of defense, they said, look, it was actually being weaponized because people were raiding other people's channels and disliking a lot of videos. And it actually took a very big mental issue on a lot of creators who were getting all this hate. So I don't know where this comment summary fits into play, and whether we land up on a video, we can't see the dislike button, we get a quick summary of the comment saying that this was crap. Well, are we going to stick around? I don't know.
Yeah, well, and one thing to clarify, my understanding is only the channel owner or channel team will be able to see these. So it's as of now. I don't think, unless you saw something different.
Again, definitely happy to be corrected if I'm wrong here.
Yeah.
I assumed, or I saw that or the way I read it, again, very open to be incorrect here, just like we currently have AI summaries on videos.
On the videos, okay.
I think is the big word here. I think it may be a comment summary that's public. If it isn't, and it's just for the content creator to kind of figure out what their audience is saying, well, I take it all back. I'm all for it.
Yeah, because the same thing would happen as with the dislike button. People could weaponize it, and haters are the loudest ones a lot of the time too. So, all right, well, it's currently limited to a small test group. You might see it on your channel, but they are planning broader rollout. So they certainly moved beyond let's just try it on, 1,000 channels and see what happens. So if you do see it, you can give feedback by giving it a thumbs up or a thumbs down on how well it did. But of course, that would require you to go back and read the actual comments again, which is the whole point that we're trying to get away from. So, all right, another somewhat controversial feature on YouTube, communities. rolled out, I think it was earlier this year, where instead of just you being able to post in a feed, your audience can now post in a feed. It's almost like a Facebook group within a YouTube channel, but it's only been on mobile. Now it's coming to desktop, including access to more settings and moderation tools. What have you seen about communities? Have you seen anybody that's using them well?
I saw a lot of people trying them. I saw a lot of individual creators trying to build that community. I think this is kind of trying to be a Reddit/Discord version for YouTube, where they understand that us as creators, we have our videos, we have our channels, and unless we're going live and having the ability to real-time chat with our audience, the only other opportunity is to see the comments. So kind of community became this place where before community was called like the post page, where you can post, only the creator could post. And I love that feature. I think it was very underrated. I used to do a lot of community polls on there, and that was great because I was able to interact with an audience. The community side of it now becomes that they're allowed to post as well. How well that's doing, I am not so sure. I've seen a lot of people using it. I have seen a lot of creators just posting out content. I have not seen many that the community is so heavily involved. I'm sure there's lots of pockets, like a Minecraft community, a D&D community, maybe is much more active. From a business channel point of view, I just haven't seen that being a real thing yet. But again, I keep on going back to, we love options. Give us those options. Let us use them. Let us test them. As with everything, we've got to test. There's no one rule that applies to all. So if we can test it, do I encourage testing? Absolutely. If it works, keep at it. If it's not for you or your audience, also fine.
Yeah, and you have to turn it off. Or sorry, you have to turn it on, and then you can turn it off. And I've seen some channels where it's like, I turned it on, and then over the weekend I had 500 extra comments to moderate, and it was like, nope, not gonna do that. So yeah.
Like I get the premise. I get the concept. The concept giving us more engagement with our audience, which I'm absolutely for. Broad strokes, is it for everybody? Probably not. I'm sure there's communities who absolutely love it. But I would love to see a Discord-ish equivalent somehow. I don't know if it's remotely possible.
Well, and I think for some marketers and business owners too, they've already got a community elsewhere. And so it's like they'd rather them, again, go elsewhere. When I first started my channel, the second platform I added after YouTube was a Facebook group, because I was like, I want a place that people can gather. So I like that it's at least an option, but I'm not sold quite yet. So
agree.
All right. There is a live Q&A sticker update. There's a new AI-powered smart Q&A sticker with editable suggested questions. So you can do that from mobile live streams now, which is cool. And speaking of live streams, this is one of my favorite updates. You can now simulcast on both your traditional landscape, YouTube Live, the VOD format if you want to do that, or vertically where it shows up in the chat feed. Now, previously there's a workaround with some third-party tools. It was pretty clunky, but now you can do this, and the chat is unified for both of them, which is really, really cool. So what are your thoughts on this? Is it worth it trying to set it up to go both places?
If you're doing lives, this has been the most neglected areas, I think, for YouTube for a while. And to the point that we had to find workarounds to do stuff. So now the fact that you can do it all in one place, and you can stream vertically and horizontally, the chats comes in together, one engagement, one interface, less things can go wrong. When you go live, you got to manage buttons and different links and URLs. Take away all that complexity, and now it just does it beautifully for you. Love it. I think that's great. I think from a business point of view, it's going live is so underrated as a way to create content. And if this takes another barrier away, yeah, absolutely. And I think it will be used really, really well. Big focus on the live community, and I think it's only going to grow.
Well, and here we are, recording this live on YouTube right now. We have not added the vertical stream, but I think the thing to keep in mind, if you want to just go live for your existing audience, I think landscape makes the most sense, because again, the vertical ones are going to come up in the shorts feed, but there's obviously a lot more chance for discovery there. The question is, if we're having an extended conversation like this, I feel like somebody would have to swipe in at the exact moment to capture their attention, because you get, 2 seconds before somebody swipes away in the shorts feed?
But again, I think the whole idea is that you could start watching something on your phone, and then in the car or waiting for your doctor or whatever it may be, and when you get back to your computer, you just seamlessly transition across and watching it on your nice big screen. So it's about, from a viewer's experience point of view, it just really helps streamline it. Not have to find another URL. We don't have to find another workaround to get back into the stream. Look, we've seen streams that go on for 4, 5, 6 hours. People are not stuck at one place for 4 or 5 hours. They're moving around. And being able to have that option, I think that's pretty cool.
I'm glad you brought that up. That's a great point. And as we know with YouTube, if you close your mobile app and you open YouTube on your TV or your computer, it's going to say continue watching. So it's going to make that connection easy. All right. If you do paid traffic on YouTube, YouTube has done a great job of making the barrier to paid traffic easier by adding this ability to promote videos. Used to be you literally had to learn Google Ads to do anything. And now in YouTube Analytics, you've got the ability to filter and compare your paid versus organic traffic, views, watch time, engaged views, and all that, which is really, really helpful. What are your thoughts on this, Liron?
Definitely. Data is king. Like, we need to know what's going on. And what we don't like is a mush. It's got a mush of stuff. It's one version of this, and say, hey, that video did really well. Well, did it? Like, did we put ad spend behind it? Did we use some promotion tab? Like, what do we do? Now that you can split the two, you can start making some real data-driven decisions and say, hey, this is organic. It blew up so nicely. Great, let's put some ad spend behind it, and let's monitor what the ad spend will do for it. I love having data. Like, we're data nerds, you and I, so we appreciate anything with a graph and a 1 and a 0. We love, and I think businesses will really appreciate the ability to be able to run their reports and run through their KPIs and say, hey, did it hit what we were looking for? Was there an ROI on this? How much did we spend? What was the reward? Versus currently, the way that it is, you get this thing and you got to export it and find a workaround and filter out yourself. Now that it does it automatically, I think that's brilliant.
I'm just laughing because I don't know where you decided I was a data nerd. I know we met earlier this year. We've hung out in person, but I'm a somebody else. Tell me what the data says. I look at the data. I like the power of data. But
I tried.
All right, another update. I thought this was sort of just a housekeeping thing, but during our pre-show, Liron shared something much more interesting. So the copyright tab in YouTube Studio has been renamed to Content Detection. Now, the tools, like the copyright match tool and all of that, they're all the same, but if you're going in there looking for it, where's the copyright tab? It's now called Content Detection. But tell me more about what you were telling us during the pre-show, Liron.
Right. So this is important. So YouTube is now, obviously you can't fire up anything without understanding the word AI. And we've mentioned AI probably a gazillion times just in our little chat. YouTube is very serious about protecting their creators, that people are not able to clone and replicate and essentially copy a creator that's online. So they're giving us a tool that allows us as content creators to be able to verify that we are indeed who we are. There's a bit of a process that you go through, including showing your ID, which I don't love so much, but it does go through that process. And essentially it gives you a digital foot, like a fingerprint, right? That says, this is you, you own it. In the content little sections, now it will go out and it will see if somebody else uses your fingerprint, in other words, clones another channel, it will come up and show it to you very much like it does with somebody ripping off your entire content. So it's YouTube's step of protecting their creators, because you can imagine the likes of Mr. Beast and Mark Rober and Casey Neistat, all those people with AI automations and a couple of clicks, you're able to become somebody else. We kind of want to keep that level of protection. So I think we're going to see more of that, and with digital identity, understanding the authenticity of a particular piece of content. Because if I can clone somebody else, I can make them say anything else, especially with voice cloners and video cloners. We're going to see wild stuff happening out there where famous people are saying stupidly things and it wasn't actually them. So I think it's a good step.
And not just for the Mr. Beasts of the world, but think about, CEOs and spokespeople for, brands and different things like that. So
100%.
If you don't upload your ID and all of that, though, will it do it based just on the history of your channel? Because it's like, if you've uploaded over 500, my face is on over 500 videos, at some point, you'd think that, okay, this is where this guy's face goes.
Yeah, look, I'm the security nut. So like, I do not love the idea that I have to show my ID. But I will say that, I haven't had to join the YouTube partner program in a while because I've been on this platform for way too long. I believe if you join the YouTube partner program, you have to go through that same process anyways and be able to prove that you are who you are. And then my counter to that, well, if you've proven who you are once, why am I doing it again, right? Okay, it kind of doesn't make sense. But to your point is that it not only a famous creator, but from a business point of view, imagine a spokesperson who is all over the media and is in charge of a specific company, and they're giving their press releases and are making their announcements. And imagine videos start circulating of them doing stuff that they shouldn't be doing, or saying stuff that they absolutely shouldn't be saying. So I think it's important to be able to get a digital fingerprint of us as a whole, because we're just too easy to replicate today. AI space is so wild where with a couple of clicks, you're literally able to mimic anybody. And especially if you look on the darker web where there is no policies, right? Like, real companies have some guidelines and restrictions, but on the dark web, man, it's a free for all. We're going to be seeing a world that we're just not going to be able to trust what we're seeing anymore. And we need some way to verify that. So this is great by YouTube, giving us, the creator, the owners of the content, and our faces, being able to say, hey, look, this is me. This is the content I make. If you find my face anywhere else, or my voice anywhere else, let me know so I can tell you whether that's right or wrong. And it's the same process as a copyright strike. You just got to go through that motion of filling in some forms online and hopefully get it taken down.
All right. It sounds like it'd be a good idea for all of us to just go in and click on that content detection tab in YouTube Studio and just see, like, are there any suggested tasks or anything like that? So, all right, I'm going to do that after we're done with the show today. And you're right. Where AI is going, if you've been making content or you have somebody making content for your company, your voice is out there, your likeness is out there, and the copyright laws are slowly catching up, and not everybody has a whole legal team. But I even think about some of these tools where they'll take your long form video and they'll cut it up into shorts. I saw a thing this week where you would, like, if you wanted to make an animated title for a video, you would just basically design what you want it to look like in Canva or another program, and then AI will basically turn it into a video that's animated. So even these clipping tools, I could see where it's not going to take clips of your video and re-edit it. It's literally going to take clips of your video and recreate it.
Well, there are tools, and this is legitimate tools that are there for legitimate purposes. So as a business,
not dark web. Right?
We're not endorsing any of this, just to be clear. But me as a business, if I want to make an ad and I want to test 3 or 4 different creatives, right now I would have to go to my team and I would have to have it shot with 3 or 4 different people and saying, different things, and to see which one the audience resonates with. All of that is time and money. I've built an end-to-end automation where I can literally put in the product, I can put in the description of the person or a clip of that person, and it will link it together, and it will read out the dialogue exactly as I put it. And within 4 minutes, I can produce a clip. So I'm doing that for an ad point of view, but it's very easy to see how somebody could use it not for good intentions. So I think we're going to need to see some sort of blockchain, some sort of a rubber stamp to say, hey, this content is authentic versus this content is AI generated.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that YouTube is at least looking out for the people that are publishing too. Sure. So, because as a small business owner, I can't even imagine adding that, to our plate on a regular basis. So
agree.
All right. 2 quick updates. If you have a membership on your channel, they've added some filtering options. So when somebody visits your channel page, they can see members only videos and public videos, just to make it easier to browse content. And then also YouTube is launching their creator reinstatement pilot. So it's a new program where if previously you were terminated from YouTube, you can apply for a new channel after 1 year. Of course, you still have to follow the rules and all of that. I would think that people would find another way around that rather than waiting a year. But in this case, they're now saying, look, just because you messed up once, YouTube's like, we're 20 now.
Yeah.
Just because you messed up once upon a time, we'll give you another shot. So,
Pretty
all right. Quick reminder, learn about an all-access ticket to social media marketing world today. Go to socialmediamarketing.world. And Liron, where's the best place to discover more about you?
Oh, everywhere. So if you want to find me, I'm on lironsegev.com. I'm on very big on LinkedIn, where we share business advice specifically for businesses helping grow their YouTube channel. Very underrated platform. I think we should all get in and find that. So just my name, Liron Segev, there. And I've got a newsletter you can join up. But I think it's super important for all of us as business owners to understand the power that YouTube gives us. And we're so grateful to YouTube for giving us that platform and being able to share our messages with the world. And if it helps us find clients, what a win. So Jerry, this has been super fun.
Awesome. If you want to add another podcast to your listening lineup, if you enjoy this one, you'll also enjoy the Social Media Marketing Podcast. You can get that wherever you get your podcasts. Until next time, may you be wise with your marketing decisions. Thanks, everyone. Bye.